parking lot, you can see where it's torn,
Really?
and right up the walkway, and it goes right down the hallway, but you can't, there's nothing gone wrong in the building yet. But,
I wanna see
but I've been
that.
waiting to see, I just got in the parking
I
lot.
had no idea.
Start at the front door and start walking back, and you'll start to
Yes.
see the crack.
Oh
And
my
it's-
God.
It's not very big, but it's there, obviously there.
Oh, wow, that's wild.
Yeah, so probably the ceiling in the hallway would fall in, and the rest of the building would be fine on
Fine.
either side.
Or one part of the building went that way, the other one's over
If it
here.
goes this way, yeah.
Oh my God, that's wild. All right.
I don't think they knew that when they built the building. I think it's something that just showed up after they had it built, and, I don't even know if admin's aware of it, but a couple of us know it. Joe Fatizzi.
He what?
Joe Fatizzi.
He won't be here?
No, he's not. Yeah, no, right.
And any word from Commissioner DeVoynes?
He'll be here.
Okay. We'll wait a couple minutes. Well, this 2 minutes. Should I wait for Matthew or catch up? Okay. So it's 6:32 p.m. Welcome to the Planning Commission meeting, December 16th, 2025. It's now in session, and please stand to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Commissioner Huggins.
Here.
Commissioner DeVoynes. Commissioner Bowman.
Present.
Commissioner Fatizzi, called in, won't be here. Commissioner Jasper.
Present.
Commissioner Fournette, present. Commissioner Sexton.
Present online.
Okay, I see you up there. And for the record, Commissioner DeVoynes is here also. Okay, consent agenda's got me a little confused because we didn't have a November, I don't think, and October, I didn't ever see it, so.
We haven't had a chance to prepare those yet.
Okay,
We'll get
so
those
that,
for-
skip
to you
over
next.
that part?
Yes, please.
Okay. So now moving on to the general public comments. Please keep comments to 3 minutes or less because state law prohibits the use of city facilities for the purpose of supporting or opposing a campaign or ballot proposition. We respectfully request that public comment not make reference to such matters. Written comments will be accepted by letter or via email to nmcgowan@sedro-woolley.gov. Attention, public comment until 4:30 p.m. the day before the meeting.
We did not receive any written public comments.
And there's no one online and no one in the audience, I don't think. So general public comments was open and closed at 6:34. Public hearing, 2025 Comprehensive Plan Periodic, excuse me, I choked, update.
You got it. Yep. It chokes this up too. Good evening. What you have before you is the latest version of our comprehensive plan. It's still in draft form. This is version number 7, just so that you're aware. We've been through a lot of iterations of this. This past fall, because of the Growth Management Hearings Board decisions regarding housing, we had to pause our activity on this and go back and take a look at the housing elements in light of those decisions and compare our what we have written with how other cities are handling that, and taking whatever ideas that they had for addressing it, and then put that into our own, applying it here to Sedro-Woolley and putting it into our own policies here locally. We also have had over this fall input from an open house that we had recently, and also a survey, and then comments from Planning Commission too throughout the fall. So what we have, also I want to mention the facilitation that we had with Planning Commission too at that point. So with all that information, we're able to make modifications to the housing element that we think is now good enough to meet muster with the state requirements and the plan itself entirely. So the next step is to hold a public hearing this evening here with the Planning Commission. The state requires the Planning Commission to hold the public hearing. And so that's what we are doing here tonight. We've provided public notice for that in a newspaper and online, and we are ready to go ahead and have that now.
Okay, thanks, Tom. So, do we have anyone scheduled to speak or comment?
Unless we have anyone online that has popped in, I can't see the screen. Since the general public comment period, I don't think we have any.
And the two in the audience, I don't suppose, are speaking.
Got a staff member and a council member, so.
Pardon?
A staff member and a council member, so I don't think so.
Okay. So I guess the public hearing was open at 6:37 and closed at 6:37.
Now what we can do is take comments that you have. We're prepared to record them, and we welcome that at this time and discussion generally.
Not to hog the mic, but I have it here. It was very well done. You guys put in a lot of work. It was
Thank you.
extremely well done. And even though I couldn't read every page of the however many there were, what I did see was great and explained it very well. I just found a couple of spots where you could correct a couple small items if you care to hear about it now or later.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, the first one is, I have it right here. Oh, here it is, right at the top of my page. Page 43, on the document 43, not on the PDF. It says household income, and Sedro-Woolley is in there twice. It says the average income of Sedro-Woolley is blah, blah, blah in Sedro-Woolley.
No, good, thank you.
Yep. And then on page 44, I might have to turn to it to specify what, there's something that I don't understand. Is that something that you can turn to, Woody, page 44? Cost burden. Oh, you got it there. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, he's got it right there, too. So it says, in Skagit County, third paragraph, resources are available to assist first-time home buyers with home purchase. Is that fine? Or it should be a home purchase or home purchases, or if it's fine, just skip. I had to read it to it.
Oh, I
once.
see, yes.
Yeah.
It, with home purchases is what it should read.
Okay. And that was the end of my comments.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to comment?
I put comments in the document itself before Nicole told me to create a separate Word document. I added it as a guest comment, and I put my name by it. Now I'm trying to get on the Wi-Fi to find my responses. I don't have it in front of me, can I tell you on the Wi-Fi?
Did you send that to my email, Matt?
I can't remember. I think I may send it to Tom.
Mhm.
I may have. I know Tom sent the link to the page. I cannot add comments because I'm not part of the facet
Yeah.
employees. I made comments as a guest and I put my initial by them. Let me put it in the Wi-Fi.
We'll take a look after the meeting tonight, make sure that we've got your comments.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
If you find them beforehand, feel free to share, but.
Yeah, and if we can't, we can sit down with you, in the coming days, whenever it's convenient for you, and go through it too. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
I just have a few, some minor ones and then a few questions. So on page 7, the population states 13,098, but then on page 42, it's 13,080, very small error, but it might have been from 2 different data points. And then, let's see. Oh, and then I had a question about the table that was added in the housing policy goals. So with the actions and the income band and adequate provisions, is that all that we're required from the state to have, like adequate provision? Yes. Like we don't have, because we did our exercise, I just wasn't sure if like we were supposed to be putting in, like this is the total over the next 20 years of housing units. This is what we're predicting these specific actions are going to represent. For some reason, when we went through that exercise, I thought that this table would kind of include more of that data. But if this is all the state is requiring, then just curious on that one.
We can follow up with Facet on that and get that information back to you, but my understanding is that what they were addressing here is just what you said is what the state was requiring, and
Okay.
is that what are we doing to make sure that we meet those state requirements is
Okay.
how I would interpret that, yeah.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if we say, oh, this could possibly get us 30 low-income units, are we being held to that? So that was kind of my
Yeah.
curiosity
Yeah.
behind it.
I'll double check that, and it could be that this analysis could be expanded to include some more options, but I'll follow up, yeah.
What page is that table on your
Page
referencing?
50, I think it starts on page 51.
One, yeah. Oh, and I have just another curiosity.
Mhm.
In the environmental portion of it, it says using feedback from the community's climate policy advisory team. Is that something within Sedro-Woolley that will be created, or is that like within Skagit County?
We had created one for working together to put this chapter together, if I'm making sense, that is comprised of folks in Sedro-Woolley.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's possible that as we go through implementation, we would call them back together to continue. Yeah.
Gotcha. And I think overall that's the majority of mine. I'm just running through it if somebody else has any.
By the way, is that your drawing on the front cover?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. Very nicely done.
Thank you.
I just have two things. Tom, I'd messaged you about updating the council members and the commissioners' names at the beginning. And then also on packet, page 172, the section about the police department, it seems a little choppy because it immediately talks about police protection in the UGA. And I thought some of the UGA was still covered by the sheriff's office, but then after it discusses the UGA, then it gets into talking about the mission of the police department. So I was curious if maybe we want to address the mission first, and then push that part about the UGA later on in the paragraph, in the section.
Okay. Writing that down. Which page number was it?
It's on page 172 of our packet.
Okay. I can find it.
It's 162 of the comprehensive plan.
Ah, got it, right. Okay, thank you.
And that's all I have.
All right, I'll follow up too on that. Thank you.
I don't have any comments. This is the third month in a row that I have not been able to get the packet or do anything with it, so I haven't even seen the latest version of the thing. Whenever I try to go see my thing, I get, sorry, the link has expired.
I got that too.
And so I'm getting a little frustrated because, you know, I used to get a paper packet and I could pick it up and I could read it. But this system is not working for me at all.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. We had, I did what I could during our flood emergency, and I think I sent out a copy of it to you guys, but later on discovered the Facet link doesn't work unless you have a, code from Facet. So I do apologize for that.
So I'm not, I just wanted you'd be aware of it, and
Yes, thank you.
I can't make any comments tonight. I haven't read through the
Okay.
version you're up to yet, so.
Just a reminder on comments, and I've told council this too, is that we can take comments from you all, from council, from anybody in the public, all the way up until the time that council adopts the ordinance that adopts the plan. So you still have time to go through and make comments.
All right.
After tonight's meeting, what we're doing with this version and the comments that we got from you, we'll fix those things, and then we'll send it off to the Department of Commerce to start that 60-day review. What they do there is they send that out, or we all send it out to the different state agencies for their comment and review, and then they've got 60 days to get their comments back to us.
Commissioner Sexton, you have any comments?
No, I'm just listening in. Everything sounds great.
Were you able to get the document?
I was able to pull it offline, yeah, this morning at like 8:30. So to be honest, I haven't
Okay,
gone through it with a fine-tooth comb. I kind of skimmed for changes.
okay.
And just a reminder, this version is very similar to the ones that you've seen before, so there's not been dramatic changes, but,
Yeah, I did a side-by-side and I only looked at the pages that I thought looked different.
okay, good, good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to mention one more thing here, that at the last council meeting, if you look under acknowledgements, we heard from some council members they weren't comfortable with that land acknowledgement statement. And I don't know if that was something that you have an opinion on or feel strongly about, but I wanted to be sure that you were aware of that.
The what acknowledgement?
It's on, if you go to the comp plan, it's the third page in, acknowledgements at the top. If, Woody, if you could scroll to that, please, it's at the beginning of the document.
Oh, land acknowledgement.
Oh, I see, yeah.
I had a problem with that, too.
Yeah, this is just something that you see in a lot of different comp plans, and not just comp plans, but other public documents too. And we just thought throw that in for acknowledgement, respect for the native folks who were here before and still are here. One of the comments I heard at council was to instead focus on policies under the economic development element that would help, or call for working together with the tribe. I did address that. I did go back through and put those comments in, but I hadn't heard from council about their thoughts on that, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Commissioner DeVoynes, go ahead.
I'm back to the lake and after the lake expired, so guess I'm confused. I'm like on Friday saying that he was going to send that next week. We're not able to forget it yesterday, but I added my comments to the online version, which passed it as a guess, but now they said it's expired, so I'll have to redo it and send my comments later.
Okay.
It was there and now it's expired. I don't know what else to say.
Okay. We'll make an effort to reach out to you tomorrow and see if we could find some time tomorrow or the next day or Friday to sit down with you. It might be easier just to go through the document together one-on-one and get your comments. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
One thing, hey, Woody, could you scroll a little bit more down that page? I wanted to check something. Right there, thank you. So Danielle Freiberger's on there, which is great because she was here most of the year, but we also have Commissioner Bowman here. Should we would it be odd to put a slash?
We'll add
Okay.
Commissioner Bowman's name too. So, Jessica pointed that out to me too. So
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's our, no, that makes perfect sense with that. Yep.
You have anything else?
I have another out of curiosity question.
Mm-hmm.
We talk a lot about implementation and in this plan, I'm wondering what our plans for monitoring all of these these goals are gonna look like, if we have kind of an idea of what that will look like and if it's gonna be available to the public to kind of see. I'm curious your guys' thoughts on how we're gonna look at the key performance indicators.
And check in how we do that. There's two things. The next step in this is to work on our development regulations update, and that's our zoning code. So taking our policies here and putting those into code, in code language. And that's going to be quite a process, probably about a 6-month process or so. And then also is it 5 years, there's the check-in? After 5 years, the state requires us to put a report together showing progress we've made on our goals and policies. And that is a public document.
Do they, for a lot of the climate change stuff, I was kind of looking through like the bill and things like that. Do we have benchmark numbers that we are expected to hit? Are we going to be penalized in any way for not? I'm just kind of curious on how they are monitoring our progress as a whole.
I don't have a clear answer to that. Nicole, I don't know if you do.
Yeah, so we have, as far as the climate implementation plan goes, we do have one, and it does have benchmark numbers that we should be hitting. As far as repercussions, if we don't hit them, I don't know what that would look like.
Okay.
Yeah.
A
It's
big
this
ruler
whole-
slap on the wrist, I don't know.
The whole trying to meet the AMI stuff and what that could mean has got me curious about more parts of the plan and
Right. I would think it would look something to the effect of like, hey, maybe you need to take another look at your goals and policies in there, refine things further, because it's obviously not working if we're not hitting those targets.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's, you hit it spot on, because that's what has happened in the past, you know, we do our best to try and set things up in the comp plan so that, you know, we hit the targets that we're aiming at, but they've never fined us or asked us to do anything, they just come back and say, time to re-up and try and hit the target, yeah.
Yeah, and as far as, I wanted to touch a little bit on what Tom said about our reporting at the 5 years. We also do a yearly report to the Office of Financial Management regarding permits. So once we do our updates to the development regulations and whatnot, we can track, you know, how many new cottage housing developments are coming in or whatever it may be. So we can see kind of, okay, how is this, you know, being received by the development community, and how many of these new units are we getting? We can kind of track as far as guesstimates on how much, in each income category we're hitting as far as unit count with those things. So we can kind of track and see that way if it's something that's being useful or.
thank you.
Also, keep in mind that the legislature meets every year, and during their off time, and maybe during the time that they're in session, they reach out to communities, ask how things are going, and staff can participate through different staff-oriented type subcommittees that they'll set up, but also elected officials. It's up to them to get feedback to their representatives about how things are going as well. And of course, electeds will want to know from us how things are going. So there are two channels there that we have an opportunity to provide feedback. So if we find that something that we were required to do just isn't working or it's not feasible, we do have that opportunity to get that feedback to the lawmakers.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Two more things. I can't get the document up here, so I have to ask Woody for help. Could you go to page 48, please, Woody? Or stop at 46 first, if you can, sorry. Under affordable housing, number 3, item number 3.
Are you talking page 46?
I'm sorry, the other 46 of the page, let's see, how do I say this? The document, page 46? 10 more down? Yeah, okay, there, affordable house, that's it, number 3.
Yeah.
I was stumbling over something there. Work to achieve the city's allocation of the county-wide need for how, is there an extra word there?
Yes, there is. Yeah, I'd suggest taking out the word of.
Okay. And then page 48, 2 more down. Can you explain what displacement is? I don't understand. Protect residents from displacement. I'm not real up on terminology.
Where are you? I know what it means, but where are you looking so I can see what the
Let's
sentence
see
is?
here. It's on page 48. Let's see if I can find it. Can you scroll down a little bit more? Okay, right at the bottom of your screen right now, it says policy changes to protect residents from displacement. And I scratching my head over that one.
I think what it's referring there to is the cost of housing and how that goes up. And with the cost of housing goes up, goes the property taxes that go up, and eventually there is the concern that eventually that people have lived in their homes forever, and the homes are now valued at 2, 3, 4, 5 times what they were, are now paying that much more in property taxes, and they simply can't afford to continue to do that.
I was going to ask you if this has to do with property taxes, but it doesn't say that anywhere, because the only people I know leaving the state can't afford the property taxes, so they're being displaced, but I didn't know if that
It's all
referred
the
to that.
things that feed into property tax in value. So it's not necessarily property tax per se, but that's how it plays out.
I see.
Yeah. So the value of your home is dependent on lots of other different factors, not just the
Yeah,
structure, but how the city, how the city is functioning, how it looks, if you've got good roads, streets, infrastructure, so all that stuff. Yeah.
A lot of times we'll see displacement is, maybe not in Sedro-Woolley community, but where you have developers buy up mobile home
Yes.
parks.
Oh,
and
yep.
The folks living in there just have to find somewhere
Yeah.
else to live and
Thank you.
redevelop that whole area.
And what do we do to combat that? You don't allow that to happen, or?
There are ways I've seen to protect mobile home parks. I've seen some communities do like an overlay sort of thing to protect the mobile home park. It's like literally you can only build mobile home parks here. That protects them in certain ways. You can do community land trusts, that sort of thing. It's still something we're looking into.
Okay. Okay, and under, I wrote down H211, but I didn't write down the page. Anybody know where H211 is? It talks about manufactured homes.
It's going to be in the housing chapter.
Sorry, I can't scroll I can't find the document.
Okay, we're looking for it.
Oh, you found it. So it says manufactured housing, which meets the state labor and industry codes, shall be permitted in any zoning districts in the city where single-family dwellings are allowed. Now, I remember reading that before, but I also remember reading that if you want an ADU, it can't be a manufactured home, I believe. But it does say any place a single-family dwelling. I mean, am I missing something here? Can you put a manufactured home for an ADU since it says that?
Yes.
Or you can?
Yep,
Oh,
you can have a manufactured home. Right now, our ADU code does prevent park models from being used as an ADU, but that will be changing. We will be allowing manufactured homes, park models, basically, if it meets LNI code or the ANSI code, like, we're opening that up. If it's prefabricated and it meets its code, you can put it up as an ADU as long as it meets all of the relevant code, as far as zoning regulations as well as building code.
Okay, I thought there was lots of restrictions on what ADUs could look like. I must have missed that. I fell asleep during that meeting.
We do have specific zoning regulations for ADUs, and you'll find that in the municipal code under chapter 17-100. That goes into the specifics on design, the size, location, all of those things. The only prohibition currently in the ADU code is for park models, but that will be, once we update the ADU code, that would be going away.
Okay, thank you.
It was in which chapter? So,
17-100.
17-100, thank you.
Anybody else? Have you thought of anything yet, Commissioner Sexton?
Nope. Just
Okay.
following along.
Okay,
Thanks for checking in.
just make sure you're awake.
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, if we've exhausted our comments, going once, going twice, anything else
Yeah,
Well,
and you go back and I probably do them because the link expired. I thought I would better prepare, but the link expired.
okay. Well, this portion of the meeting at 7:04, I guess we'll bring it to an end if there's no more comments.
Okay. That's all we have then.
Wow.
We'll follow up with Commissioner DeWine and make these changes, and we will then send that document off to the Department of Commerce and start our 60-day review.
Okay.
Our hope is to bring a first reading of the ordinance that adopts it to the City Council on January 14th. That's tentative at this point, but that is my aim, so we'll update you as to our progress there. And encourage you to come to the meeting too, if you would like.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So, moving on to.
Oh, wait, I
no,
said,
not
that's
moving
all
on.
on that issue, I'm sorry. We have another issue.
We have
Keep
what?
going. We have one more thing to do here.
Oh, unfinished business, new business. 7:05, anyone?
Information discussion items.
Information discussion. Oh, moving on to information discussion items at 7:05. We have reappointment of Joe Fatizzi and Pat Huggins to the Planning Commission.
Sorry. Yep, so this is just a heads up. Pat Huggins and Joe Fatizzi's terms are going to expire December 31st, 2025. I reached out to both of them, and they are willing to continue their service on the Planning Commission. So I've added onto the consent agenda for December 17th council meeting the request for the mayor to reappoint their positions. So,
Okay.
yeah, and that 6-year term would restart at the first meeting in January. So I believe that is January 20th, if I remember correctly, third Tuesday of the month.
Yep, January 20th is what it says.
Perfect.
Yep.
Proud of myself. That was off the top of my head. Great. Yeah, that was it. Just the information.
Great,
You'll be seeing more of them.
okay, thank you for that. That's item number one. Item number two, election of Planning Commission officers for 2026. Now, I have no problem carrying on with that, but I read in your rules that we do it the first meeting of January, but
Yeah. So this is just an information-only item, just
Okay.
to start thinking about who you would like to nominate for those positions, the chairperson and the vice chairperson. If you'd like to keep them the same, that's perfectly fine. But the commissioners are to make that vote next meeting in January.
Okay,
Okay?
great, so that will be January 20th, we'll do that. Okay, good. All right, well, it's 7:07, and the next item up is adjournment, unless someone has something for the good of the order. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Jasper. Can I get a second?
I make a
Commissioner
second.
Bowman seconds that. All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
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 Opposed? Nay. Good, we're out of here. Thank you, 7:07. Thanks for everything.
Thanks, guys.